just watching Andy's video. I believe I'm 5 views, but well, let's see if I can be the first one to comment. Just a minute, I got to comment. I'm gonna go first. Haven't done that in a long time. First. I was the first to comment, Andy. Not the first of you, but the first to comment. Yeah, so I went on my walk. Did I go this morning or did I go this afternoon? Holy smokes. Can't even remember what I've done today or when I did it. I walked in the morning. Boom. Yeah, I walked in the morning. I walked in the morning and then I came. I know what I had for lunch. When did I have it? And I had, yeah, and then I had, okay. I walked really late because one thing or another happened and I did all the things. So then I walked really late. Yeah. And then when I was on my walk, interesting stuff happened. Some not so interesting stuff happened. I didn't do, so day before yesterday I did the all the way around walk. Yesterday I went to the hairdresser and to the pedicure, so I got pedicure and my hair done, cut and color. So and I didn't feel good. I felt strained from the walk. So I thought tomorrow don't go for a big long walk. So today I had the intention of just going for a short but lengthy walk around town, which I did. But then I had to go to the washroom. Okay, now, 3/4 of what I thought would be the walk around town. I thought, okay, I have to go to the washroom. Let's start angling home because I'm walking in town, so I can head home whenever. And I thought, I don't think I need to make it to one of my emergency locations, the salon, the Teal and Thistle salon, which is where my hairdresser is, and where there's a coffee shop there, there's a washroom there, and then there's the post office, washroom there. My 2 emergency washrooms. I'll make it home, no problem. But I'll head home now because I sort of have to go to the washroom. Heading home, and on the way out on my walk, I had run into that black Labrador that I've run into forever. Now, apparently, it isn't the same black Labrador because this one is a puppy. I didn't realize that. I thought it was the same dog. But this person has 2 dogs. One is an older dog, one is a puppy. This is a young black lab. And it followed me all the way back down, Commissioner. Okay? And I said, watch out, you're gonna get hit. Oh, well, there was a car coming in. I made sure the dog wasn't on the road, but it wouldn't come to me and but it kept following me. So then I headed across town and it left me. So then I went around and then on my way back, I decided I had to go to the washroom, so I started coming back. And as I was cutting across to go back to my place, I saw the dog in the park that's just a few streets across here. And I looked at the dog and I went, oh, are you in there, dog? Why are you staying in the park? And then a woman sort of turned around and came walking towards me, and she said, I have to go now, but I locked this dog in the park because it's running around and it's gonna get hit. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, you know what I'll do? She had to go, but I'll take a picture of it in front of the sign for the park and then post it on WhatsApp. And I was doing that, and as I was doing that, I had to go around the park to the other side and convince the dog to come over and stand in front of the sign, or beside the sign. A man came by who I've run into before. He has a little, it's not a bulldog, but it's a solid, big, small bulldog type animal, okay? Not a pit bull, but sort of like a bulldog cross type of dog. Very nice, lovely little creature. She's nice. Or did he say it was a guy? I thought I looked. It seemed to be a girl, but whatever. And he noticed me doing that, and I made a comment that I was taking this picture of the dog because it was loose. And he said, oh yeah, he noticed it. I said, but I don't know whose it is. And he says, no, I don't know either. And so we were talking. And as we were talking, the guy who was mowing his lawn from across the street there came across. And he seemed to know the dog. And then as the three of us were standing there talking about it, trying to catch the dog, Jamie from the community center came up in his truck and he said, what's going on? And the guys all knew him. So I knew him, we all knew Jamie. And I said, oh, are you the dog catcher now? And he said, what's going on? So obviously he had nothing to do with the, catching dogs, even though he works for the township. And the guy doing the lawn mowing said, hey, open your door and ask the dog to jump in. And Jamie's going, opens his door, dog jumps in. Guy comes around, jumps in on the other side. He says, just drive down the road, Will. It's so-and-so's dog. And the two of them knew whose dog it was. But the four of us watched, they drove down the street to take the dog back home. That was just too funny. So anyway, back to my original story. I still had to go to the washroom. So I thought, okay, should I go this way or that way? I'll go this way. And go around the park and go home. So I'm walking quickly around the park and back home. And as I walk up the street, coming to Judy's place, I notice that someone is raking Judy's lawn, raking the leaves on Judy's lawn. It's, it's almost noon, or maybe it's noon or shortly after noon. Judy is not home, Judy's at work. So who is this raking? I said, it's not her weird neighbor. It's what nefarious thing is she doing? And as I get up to it, I said, oh, hi. And it was not Judy, and it was not the neighbor either. I said, oh, you're raking Judy's lawn. He said, yeah, she works so hard. And, I was outside and I thought it would be, and I said, oh, and she says, who? She identified herself as the neighbor, her new neighbor, Judy's new neighbor in one of the last townhouse. There was a guy that bought the last townhouse, well, obviously a guy and his wife who bought the last townhouse, living right next to Judy. And she identified herself as Marianne, and that because Judy, works so hard, works 5 days a week, all day long, and they're obviously retired. And I was out there and I thought, I might as well just rake her lawn. I did, that's so sweet. And so we chatted and identified each other, exchanged names and so on and so forth. And then I said, see you later, and off I went. And I went, okay, this is a little longer walk than I had expected. So I ran into someone else walking down the street, my neighbor. Gorgeous day. And it really is, it was a gorgeous day. The sun was out, it was beautiful. It was brisk, but it was a lovely, lovely day. And then I rushed in to the house and rushed to the washroom. Oh my goodness. Next time, take the first emergency washroom and don't go home. Don't go home. Next time, I will not go home because that can go so badly. It almost did.